Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. In this lesson we will discuss the form, structure and uses of modal auxiliary verb, that is would. First of all we will discuss its form and structure, then we will discuss its uses. As you see, this would, it has a contracted form also, that is written by simply adding apostrophe and d, and it has also a negative form would not, contracted negative form, that is wouldn't. Would not, wouldn't. Now the structure, जिस तरह बाकी मॉडल वर्ब्स तमाम प्रोनाउंस के साथ इस्तेमाल होते हैं without changing their shape, in the same way this would is also used with all pronouns, with all persons, without changing the shape. I would see him again. He would see him again. She would see him again. You would see him again. They would see him again. This is the positive or affirmative structure regarding the affirmative sentences. In the same way, we have structure. With regard to this negative sentences. We simply add not after would. I would not see him. I wouldn't see him. She would not see him. She wouldn't see him. We would not see him. We wouldn't see him. You would not see him. You wouldn't see him. They would not see him. They wouldn't see him. This is the structure of negative sentences. Now the interrogative sentences, we use this क्योंकि ये जो would है ये मॉडल ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब है, ये क्वेश्चंस बनाने के लिए भी इस्तेमाल होता है. We put this would at the beginning of the sentence. Would I see him again? Would he see him again? Would she see him again? Would we see him again? इसी तरह हम बहुत से क्वेश्चंस तमाम प्रोनाउंस के साथ इसकी क्वेश्चंस बना सकते हैं. फॉर्म्स विद प्रोनाउंस, किस तरह प्रोनाउंस के साथ उसकी जो कंट्रैक्टेड फॉर्म है किस तरह हम उसको पढ़ते हैं. दिस आइड, आई वुड, this is contracted form of I would, that is I'd. He would, he'd. She would, she'd. You would, you'd. They would, they'd. We would, we'd. I'd, he'd, she'd, you'd, they'd, we'd. These are the contracted forms of would. How it is contracted when used with these pronouns. Now let us discuss its important uses. First of all, this would as modal auxiliary verb is used for requests and offers, and these requests and offers are polite and formal. ये formal और polite requests है. It's not informal. This is formal. Would you pay me in cash? Would you pay me in cash? Would you like a sandwich? Would you like a sandwich? Would you like to sit down? Would you like to sit down? क्या आप बैठना पसंद करोगे? This means क्या आप बैठ सकते हो. बिल्कुल. Would you like milk? Would you like to borrow my books? Would you like to borrow my books? Would you like milk with your coffee? किसी को रिक्वेस्ट करना है, किसी को कोई ऑफर करना है, then we use would. This is a formal use. This is a polite use, more polite than may and can. Now the second use of will, it is used as past of will, क्योंकि would past tense, past form of will कभी कभी इस्तेमाल होता है. For example, I thought that I would pass the exam. I thought that I would pass the exam. अगर हम will को इस सेंटेंस में इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो हम ये लिखेंगे, ये कहेंगे I think that I will pass the exam. I think that I will pass the exam. लेकिन क्योंकि हम would की बात करते हैं, so I thought that I would pass the exam. I knew that I would see you again. I knew that I would see you again. would के बाद हमेशा फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब इस्तेमाल होता है, ये हमने पहले ही डिस्कस किया है. ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स के साथ हमेशा बेस फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब इस्तेमाल होता है. He was sure that I would like his house. I thought that it would rain. I thought that it would rain, so I bought an umbrella. This is the past form of will. You would use it as past form of will. Now the third one, this is used to express past habits, past repeated habits. Repeatedly जो होते हैं, लगातार जो होते हैं, उनके लिए हम would इस्तेमाल करते हैं. और जब वो habit बन जाते हैं, then we use it to with them. For example, when he was at university, he would study for 3 hours every evening. We are repeating the action. He would study for 3 hours every evening. हर शाम को ये काम करता था. When he was at university, he would study for 3 hours every evening. When my grandma came to visit, we would play cards every day. टाइम इसमें बिल्कुल एडवर्ब्स ऑफ टाइम इसमें मेंशन करने हैं. मैंने पहले ही बताया है कि when it becomes a habit, लगातार फिर ये हैबिट बन जाता है, तो इसके लिए हम यूज इट इस्तेमाल करते हैं. When we do not mention the time. When my grandma came to visit, we would play cards every day. He would spend hours on the telephone during his foreign visit. Every summer we would go to the seaside. Sometimes she would phone me in the middle of the night. Sometimes. That means not regularly. Sometimes she would phone me in the middle of the night. Now the fourth one. This is also used for past refusals. जब हम refuse करते हैं कोई चीज, कोई action. He wanted divorce, but his wife would not agree. He wanted divorce, but his wife would not agree. For divorce चाहता था, लेकिन उसकी बीवी नहीं मानी. Yesterday morning the car wouldn't start. कल सुबह हमारी गाड़ी स्टार्ट नहीं हुई. I asked my cousin to go to the concert, but he wouldn't go. लेकिन उसने नहीं माना, वो नहीं गया. I tried several times, but the program wouldn't open. मैंने बहुत कोशिश की, लेकिन जो प्रोग्राम था वो खुला नहीं, वो ओपन नहीं हुआ. Her car wouldn't start, so she took a taxi to work. उसकी गाड़ी स्टार्ट नहीं हुई, तो उन्होंने टैक्सी ली और काम पर चली गई. Past refusals. Now the important use, that is conditionals. हमने में भी पढ़ा था कि that is used for conditions. This will maybe, sorry. This would is also used for conditionals. It is used in two conditionals, that is second conditional and third conditional. उनमें एक बिल्कुल एक अरेंजमेंट होता है वर्ड्स का. पहले में हम जो होता है सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब इस्तेमाल करते हैं, फिर उसके बाद वर्ब दिस वुड इस्तेमाल करते हैं. वुड प्लस फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब लेकिन जो थर्ड कंडीशनल होता है उसमें हम सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब इस्तेमाल करते हैं. सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब हैड प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब, सॉरी, हैड प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब, और उसके बाद हम वुड प्लस हैव इस्तेमाल करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, पहला जो सेकंड कंडीशनल है उसके 2-4 एग्जाम्पल्स है यहाँ. इफ आई हैड ए कार, इफ आई हैड ए कार आई वुड ड्राइव टू पेरिस. इफ आई हैड ए कार, अगर मेरे पास गाड़ी होती. These conditionals are sometimes called unrealistic. These situations, these are unreal situations. जो would के साथ इस्तेमाल होते हैं. If I had a car, I would drive to Paris, but I do not have a car. मेरे पास गाड़ी नहीं है. अगर मेरे पास गाड़ी होती तो मैं पेरिस तक ड्राइव करता. If I had a car, I would drive to Paris. But I don't have a car. This is unreal. Second one, if he shaved his beard, he would look much younger. अगर अपनी वो दाढ़ी को शेव करता तो वो बहुत जवान दिखता. But he do not shave his beard. If I had a map, अगर मेरे पास नक्शा होता, I would lend it to you. मैं आपको देता. If I had a map, I would lend it to you. Fourth one, if I lived near my office, I would be in time for work. But I don't live near my office. I live far away from it. Fifth one, if I were you, अगर मैं आपकी जगह होता, अगर मैं आपकी जगह होता, I would plant some trees around the house. तो मैं इस घर के इर्द गिर्द पौधे लगा देता. Second conditional. We use here this word for the second conditional and third conditional also. If I had known her, अगर मैं उसको जानता था, I would have introduced you to her. मैं आपको उसे मिलाता. But I didn't know her. वहाँ पहले में हम present इस्तेमाल करते हैं, present, but this is past. If I had known her, I would have introduced you to her, but I did not know her. मैं उसको नहीं जानता था. He would have been angry if he had seen you, but he did not saw you. If I had not been wearing a seat belt, I would have been seriously injured. If I had not been wearing a seat belt, I would have seriously injured, but I had this belt, so I was not seriously injured. If you had obeyed orders, this disaster would not have happened. If you had obeyed but you had not obeyed those orders, and so that disaster happened. Second conditional and third conditional sentences, clauses, we use would for them. Now the last one, that is indirect speech, when we change will. In indirect speech we use simply would in place of will. For example, the first sentence, they said that they would help me. They said that they would help me. This is the indirect speech of the second sentence. They said we will help you. We will help you becomes they would help me. This is used in indirect speech also, would. In the same way, the second sentence, they told me that they would lend me books. This is simply the indirect speech of this sentence. They said to me, we will lend you books. Now the last sentence, I said that I wouldn't see him again. I said that I wouldn't see him again. This is the indirect speech of this sentence. I said I will not see you again. This is all about would. I will repeat again. We use this word for requests and offers, polite requests and formal offers. Then we use this word as past of will. We use word to express past habits, repeated past habits. You must remember this. Then we use this word for past refusals. When we refuse something, we use it for conditionals, second and third conditional. Then we use it for uh, indirect speech. We use it for indirect speech. We simply use it uh, for would in this indirect speech. This was all about would. In the next video, we will discuss another modal verb. To that, goodbye.